Happy Saturday, everyone. We have a really nice weekend on the way. Really no big systems coming our way that's going to shake up our weather, other than it's going to be getting hotter as we head into the new work week. Also, this weekend will be very warm. You remember yesterday we had the clouds, we had the showers. Didn't really warm up all too much. Felt pretty good yesterday, but today and tomorrow that kind of changes. Not expecting nearly as much rain, and we'll see a bit more sunshine between the clouds. So very warm and humid weather this entire weekend, and there is a chance for a stray shower or rumble of thunder this afternoon and again tomorrow afternoon, but very hit or miss. Not expecting much in the forecast when it comes to rain, but we are expecting the heat to increase this week. We'll see our first 90-degree day probably by the middle of the week, and we have several opportunities this week to hit 90 degrees. It's not just going to be one day, it's going to be multiple days, and we'll actually stay mostly dry throughout the next 7 days. If you are headed to Jazz Fest today and tomorrow, you need the sun protection still. We still have a very high UV index expected despite some clouds lingering this weekend. We'll have plenty of breaks of sun protection needed. Rain gear, maybe bring it if you definitely don't like rain. I know we only have a 20% chance of a stray shower, so we probably won't see much, but just in case, just maybe keep a poncho, something light. Don't weigh yourself down with tons of rain gear. I don't think you need rain boots. I don't think it's going to be like that, but maybe like a poncho or something like that, because it's not really looking all too likely we'll see much rain this entire weekend, but it's not going to be completely bone dry. It is going to be very warm, though. Temperatures hitting about 87 today, 86 tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies expected both days with about a 20% chance of rain today, 20 to maybe 30% chance tomorrow with a disturbance passing nearby, but not over top of us, thankfully. Here are high temperatures, upper 80s, middle upper 80s today for afternoon highs. If you look at our normal or average for today, it's 83. So we're already seeing temperatures get above average across the board today, but nowhere near the record of 92, which was set back in 1952. 87 for a high in New Orleans, 86 in Slidell and in Covington. And tomorrow we'll do this again, middle upper 80s across the area, but it will be humid. Our dew points will be in the upper 60s, so it's probably going to feel like around 90 degrees this afternoon and again tomorrow afternoon. So here's your precision cast today. Partly cloudy. Some clouds will definitely be with us the first part of today. We'll have some times of sunshine, though, especially this afternoon and later in the afternoon. Here is that small chance for a shower or storm today around 4 o'clock. The model picking up on some isolated showers on the North Shore, but sometimes the models really struggle to place exactly where these will pop up. These are those hit or miss type storms. Hard to say exactly where they will set up, but so far the model has been keeping it consistent that it will be on the North Shore. We shall see, but just keep in mind, shower possible later today. Not much, though. Don't cancel any plans that you have this weekend because of that. Tomorrow, partly sunny to partly cloudy during the day. Here's a stray shower, maybe a rumble of thunder tomorrow afternoon. We could see a couple hit or miss showers and storms tomorrow with that disturbance again, kind of passing nearby well to our north and west. And then Monday, I think we'll see mostly dry weather, but there is that small chance for a stray shower early in the week, Monday, but I think for the rest of the week is going to be pretty dry, a lot of sun, and the heat will be cranking up. Tonight, if you'll be out and about, staying dry, mild and humid conditions. Temperatures will be only in the upper 60s on the North Shore and lower 70s on the South Shore tomorrow morning, so we don't really cool off much. I guess if you're north of the lake, feeling a little bit better in the 60s. There could be some patchy fog developing overnight through early tomorrow, but not really expecting anything too widespread or bad, but there could be those fog patches heading into early tomorrow. Here's our humidity forecast over the next week. It stays pretty consistent this weekend, though it does increase a bit going into the work week with our winds coming mostly from the south directly. We'll see a bit more of a humid feel this week. Not getting into the oppressive range, I think, just yet, but getting pretty close going into starting probably Tuesday and into Friday. That's when our temperatures get the warmest. So today and tomorrow, enjoy the mid and upper 80s, I guess. Still going to feel like around 90. Then we get into the upper 80s around 90 Monday, Tuesday. That's when it starts to feel like the lower 90s because it's going to be humid every day. And then Wednesday through Friday, every afternoon will probably hit 90 degrees or maybe even cross into the lower 90s. And then since it will be muggy, it'll probably feel like the mid 90s, maybe the upper 90s for some of us. It just depends if temperatures can get to 91 or 92. So this is the time of the year you start thinking about heat stress and heat illness and things like that. I know we're just kind of getting into the first little bits of it, but something to keep in mind, especially if you have to work outdoors or be outdoors for long periods of time, It's going to be our first pretty hot week of the season. And typically we hit our first 90-degree day at the New Orleans International Airport in Kenner, typically on May 18th. So that's on average. So we might do it a few days before we typically see it on average. Of course, it fluctuates and changes every year, but this year we might hit it a few days early. Last year we hit it on May 15th, and then back in 2020 we hit it on April 9th. So at least we're not in 2020 for many reasons, but it was pretty hot pretty early on just a few years ago. But typically we see it in the early or middle part of May, which is basically right on time for what we'll be seeing next week. Here's your 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the upper 80s the next few days. Our nights and mornings now becoming less and less cool, which is not something I'm looking forward to. 70s for our morning lows over the next week, maybe even mid-70s by the second half of next week. Still looking at upper 60s on the North Shore the next few days, but that'll change too. They'll get to the lower 70s north of the lake as well as those on the South Shore. Temperatures, really, that's the main focus, how hot it will be. And it's going to turn breezy Tuesday with those winds from the south. Breezy Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably even into Friday. And it looks like we'll have a lot of sunshine. Really no big chances for rain, aside for a stray shower or storm or two this weekend, and maybe even again on Monday. Thanks for tuning in to the WWL Louisiana digital stream. We'll be here for the WWL Louisiana news this evening.